Time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Coming up today, we're going to tell you about some events that will be happening this weekend, next weekend, and then as we make our way through November and into December. We welcome back our old friend Jayme Busch from the Unique Boutique, Iowa in Neola, and she's going to tell us about a color analysis that is coming up this weekend at Harlan, and then again next weekend at her shop in Neola. What is a color analysis? I didn't know, but I learned all about it, and you're going to learn about it too on this episode of Local Roots. For all natural health solutions in Southwest Iowa, it's Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market. She's located in Council Bluffs and been serving the community since 1997. Shop a wide selection of vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies. 37 years of experience right there at Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market, located at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, turn to Blake Hunter, your trusted realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Blake knows the local market and is dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call home. And he is here to help you whether you are a first-time buyer, upgrading, or ready to sell. He's going to guide you every step of the way. Visit his website, blakehunter.homes, and start hunting for your dream home with confidence. How often have you wondered whether you're wearing the right colored shirt? I know I do all the time. Jayme Busch with Unique Boutique in Neola is with us. You got an event coming up that I didn't even know was a thing.
Yes.
That is a way for people to find out what color works best for them. What is this thing?
Yeah, so it's a color analysis event, and we actually have two coming up. So we have one in Harlan this weekend, and then one in Neola in my shop next weekend. So, but basically, you figure out what colors are the best, like that suit you. So when you're going into stores like mine that are color coded,
they are definitely color coded.
You can go right into the section of like, oh, well, this is my color. If you choose, and then you know, your wardrobe will be a little bit more suited for you.
That is this something that's new? Why haven't I heard about this before?
Actually, no, like I had not heard of this really since I was younger. That I kind of remember hearing things, but I mean, I don't think anybody in my family ever did it when I was younger. So it has been, I know my husband's aunt, I guess, used to do this back in the day. Sorry, aunt. It was an older thing. They came in and they, from my understanding, they like caped these women with colors, different colors, and then said like, well, this suits you, this suits you. Just kind of what makes you pop, your colors pop. And so, but I think it's come back over the last few years. There's kind of two, I'm sure there's others, but the ones that I know of, there's kind of two main companies that do it. And so I had been contacted for a long time for multiple people, local people asking to come into my shop and do it. And as great as it is, it's like $300.
Oh.
And I was just like, I don't, it would be really hard sell for me. I mean, it's great. It's something that you use your entire life, but in rural Iowa, in rural Neola, Iowa, to be able to like sell that, I thought was difficult. And so, I had asked some of these, people, is there a way that we can market this, whether it's like a mini workshop or whatever, that giving them half of their colors or whatever that looked like. I had asked if there was a way to do that, and the people that I was running into said there really isn't. And then last spring or winterish, someone had contacted me and kind of wanted to do that, and I was like, I just, my customers just can't afford that. Like, I pride my company and my business in like being affordable, stylish and affordable.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think that I can market, $300. And she was like, mine's not that much. And so I was like, what do you mean? And she started telling me, so the way that Robbie does it is she breaks it up into small workshops. And so from my understanding, when you do the one big one, you get all of your colors, you get your jewelry colors, you get your makeup colors, and then you have a style session where it says like, these jeans are more flattering on you, whether those are skinny jeans or wide leg jeans or barrel jeans or whatever. High rise, low rise, things like that. Same with tops, a boat neck or a V neck or a turtleneck and so she has them separated into different sessions. And so instead of paying that one big, sum, you don't have to. So our event is $65 and that gets you your colors on a digital. It's a digital color deck, so you always have it on your phone, which is really cool because every season change, new colors come with every season. I go to market and this pink might have been the new color, but now it's a different variation of pink. And so that digital deck, it will they change it for you to like what the season's colors are. You have your primary like colors that but as the new seasons come and the new colors come, that digital deck changes so that you can say, oh, well, this is a new color that I have compared to like what is out there in all of the stores right now. So I thought that's really neat too.
This is something that I think could benefit men as well as women.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea how much time I spend wondering what color of shirt to wear?
sure.
It
You should
happens a
come.
lot.
You should come. You should come. It's really neat. I mean, I think owning the boutique, I kind of had a general idea of what, I like fashion and style and all those things. So like, yes, this pink behind me is one of the, you can just see when I'm next to it, it just makes me pop. So pink is definitely one of my colors, which is right here in I have a physical color deck, so there's my pink, which you can also purchase a physical color deck. So I purchased this. I love the digital one, but I liked this just because I have it in my shop and I can show people and things like that too. So, but you should do it. So the way that they do it is some some companies like cover your hair completely and they just go off of your skin tones. This company does not. They go by your hair color, not just by, but your hair color matters. And so they ask you not to wear makeup and to just come in your original amazing self. And they put a cape on you this way, and then they have it looks like a rainbow of looks like a color wheel, and so they put that on you, and then they continuously put them on you to see like what makes you pop. And then you find out like I'm a light. So that these are, and there's so many colors, you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty awesome. So,
Well, yeah, and you talk about hair. This is kind of like it's almost turned into a trademark for me. So it kind of has to. It really has to be a part of it. I think that
mhm.
with something like that. Is this the first one of these that you've had?
It's not. Nope. So when she contacted me, we set it up right away. I was really excited. Both of the events that I had, so I had one in February and one in March. Um, the one in February was sold out, 16 slots sold out, and then the one in March was just barely. We almost sold it out. We were missing one or two, so that was pretty awesome. But we added the style sessions into that. So if anybody has their colors already, whether it's from this person or someone else, if you have your colors, you can also do a style session, and you can contact me for that. I can get you more information, but she will do those as well. So,
How are
but
you doing that with the contact end of it? What's the process to get signed up?
sure. Yep. So I have the color analysis is on the website at shopubiowa.com. Otherwise, if you reach out to me at shopubiowa at gmail.com, then I can get you connected in the right space it's just a time thing. So I'd have to set it up real quick for them so that they can go in and click their time that they want for that. It's a little
Speak
bit longer session.
Well, speaking of time, how much is involved with that? I mean, how much time does someone have to block out to be able to do this?
Sure. So her sessions are 15-minute sessions. So, and she'll usually take a little bit more time, but mainly it's she comes in, she chats with you, talks with you, and then tells you your colors. And then also, I think the really great part about her, her name's Robbie. She's amazing woman. It can be overwhelming because you're like, well, I thought all these other colors, basically everything in my closet. There's been people that are like, everything in my closet is nothing of what my colors are. And so you don't want to get overwhelmed. And so it's like, we're not telling you go throw everything away in your closet. But when you make purchases after that, you have a general idea of like, these are the colors that suit me a little bit better. So maybe you go tend towards those a little bit more. Um, but yeah, 15 minutes and some extra if you want to shop, and there'll be some coupons and things and some drinks and snacks and everything. So
Well, on my side, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, I got over the weekend. I think the next aged shirt is probably 3 years old. That's how long it's been. So yeah, it's my closet takes me back 20 to 25 years. That's just what's in there. But I'm a guy. That's what we do.
I was
We
gonna
don't,
say, I think
we
that's
don't,
a man.
yeah, that we don't get rid of anything. I'm sure
No,
that your husband's closet is the same way, and all of his are denim and some type of cowboy shirt, right?
you are not wrong. Yep. It took a long time for me to go through one year and finally like put all this stuff away. And he was like, I'm like, you've had these since you were like in high school. Like, we're done with this. I did save some of them to like make stuff with, but other than that, yeah, I'm like, but now it's kind of to the point where he's like, what do you want me to wear? He's like holding stuff up. And I'm
See,
like,
now
none of
that would be
those. I'll go pick
something.
stuff out.
Yeah, is it finding out what kind of shirt Joe should be wearing when he's going out to wrestle a steer. That
Right.
that would be. I'd sell tickets just to find that out.
Well, not only that, but like, yeah, those are cowboy shirts are not like they're expensive. So
Yeah,
when it could potentially get crap stained, I'd like to say another word, but um, or ripped
right.
off of him or ripped, like then like we've had that too. Like he went and bought brand new like Ariat jeans back in the day. He really needed jeans and wore them to the rodeo, and they literally ripped off of him. The steer stepped on him like just
Oh,
enough that like he had no pants on. He had half pants on. And I was like, those were your new pants. Like, so
all
yeah.
right. So one color analysis this weekend at Harlan, and the following weekend in your own shop in Neola. What hours are
Yeah.
you doing it in Harlan?
Yes. So 9 to 1 in Harlan at the Floral Elegance in the square. And she also has a cabbie person, which is another clothing industry. She has a cabbie person coming in. So she's having kind of a little open house as well. So there's lots of little things in that floral shop to shop. My shop's up there. Then the cabbie lady's coming. She's got flowers and trinket gift type things. She's coffee shop in there. So there'll be a lot of little things going on in her shop. And then yes, the following weekend on Saturday, we will do it again in my shop. So 10 to 1.
10 to 1. So if you just go to shopubiowa.com,
Correct.
all of the slots that are available still to be able to get that's where you can do that. That's just over the next week and a half or so, but you are pretty busy coming up
Yes. Yeah,
throughout as we get into Thanksgiving time and then move into December, get closer to Christmas. Things just get busier and busier.
they do. Yep. So this Saturday, Harlan in the morning, and then Walnut in the afternoon. The quarter auction in Walnut at the community center is from 5 to 10. $5 tickets. I have tickets. You can get tickets at the door. If you haven't been to a quarter auction, it's a blast. Don't get caught up in like worrying about how to do it because it's kind of a little confusing until you do it the first time and you're like, this is not as confusing as I was making it. Um, but we used to have one here in Minden for many, many years. I've ran a couple years of them at Hoodoo Days here in Neola. But since the Minden Community Center is no longer as of now, some other people have picked things up, and so a lot of the vendors are out in Walnut that are going to do that with Melissa Wazinski. Sorry if I said your name wrong, Melissa. With Rustic Door Boutique, she's kind of spearheading it, and it's a lot of fun. So bring your quarters and come up there and have some drinks and win some cool stuff for quarters.
Do you have a Reader's Digest condensed version of how this works? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
Sure.
Quarter auction. I don't know how it works.
We'll just go through it. So okay, you go in, you give them your $5 and you get a paddle. So here's my paddle with a
Okay.
number on it, right? If you want to purchase more paddles, you can, for usually they're $1. But so you get your one paddle with, we'll just say it's number one. And then the vendors come in, and the vendors have baskets that they put together, and they'll say this basket is worth $200. So typically they say every $25 is one quarter. But some vendors are nice and they're just like one quarter. And so then if you decide that, oh, I have bracelets in this, I really like the bracelets in this basket, then you want to bid on that. Then you put your one quarter per paddle. So your one quarter in whatever in the middle of the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then they draw random numbers. So all the numbers that are there, they have those. They draw random numbers and they pull it out and say number one was, called. And I bid. I have to have my paddle up and I have to have bid. Then I win that item that was $200, would have been $200 for one quarter. Does that make
I
sense?
see. I think.
It's a lot. Yeah. So there's nothing else to it. Like, it's not $200. It's just your quarter. And then say number one was chose, but I'm like, I didn't bid on that. Then they just draw again until they find somebody that bid.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the quarters. So the vendors we're not necessarily making money off of that. Hopefully we kind of make something back, but the quarters that went in all the tables for everybody that bid, those quarters go to the vendor.
Okay.
And so we've done it where we did it in Neola for Hoodoo Days, where we had so many baskets went to the vendor, and then the vendors donated baskets, and the money that came from the donations went to Hoodoo Days. So it's kind of a cool thing if you're doing fundraisers and stuff like that too.
Yeah, so it's a way for you to really, you're entering into a drawing of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, for a quarter or a couple quarters.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But also the vendors are up there with things to purchase. So you do your quarter auction thing, but then the vendors are kind of all around, and so afterwards and before and breaks, you can come shop with those vendors, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a kickoff this time of year. It's definitely a kickoff to kind of holiday shopping, and also maybe seeing some vendors that you didn't know were even in the area, or you can't maybe get to my shop, but I'm in Walnut, for that evening. So
Yeah, that actually is part of the reason why I do this show, is we're trying to spread the word about some of these places that we just don't know are out there.
Right. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. So yes, so Harlan, and then Walnut, and then Neola next weekend, and then Thanksgiving weekend, which I'm sure we'll chat again about. But Thanksgiving weekend is kind of, it's all small business. Really, November is kind of the start for holiday shopping and things like that, and small business. And so I can't preach enough how, I've said this before on your show, we all order from Amazon, certain things that it's nice that they have overnight shipping or same day delivery now, but really focusing on going to a small shop and seeing what they might have to offer. Retail industry right now, especially small, we're struggling. And I'm okay saying it. I'm not the only one. Everyone is struggling. And so that's why, I try to be intentional with what I'm purchasing for you guys to purchase, maybe more staple pieces in your closet. Hoping that maybe you won't find everything that I have in, all of the other stores. But really just focusing on small business. It's, so our small business Saturday event, it's my big event of the year. I do a lot of little events, but when I first started, when we got the first boutique trailer, its like debut was Small Business Saturday in Neola, and so we hauled it down to Main Street, and that's kind of it stuck. And so when I opened Underwood, it just happened to also be on Small Business Saturday, and it was an amazing day. And so it just kind of has stuck. I've been in business for 9 years now, which is insane to even think about. That 10 will be next year, the Big 10. But it's our big customer appreciation event. So I have hourly specials. We have the coffee shop's going to be open, so I'm sure we'll be partnering with them somehow. One of the new coffee shops in Neola. So, and yeah, we have snacks and giveaways and all the things. So, and then we just
Well,
keep going.
well, we've made it to November,
Yes.
and November is really when people start looking at Christmas shopping. You'll get a few of the folks that are just, well,
Christmas in July.
yeah, they're doing all of that stuff. But November is really about when you start. And of course, Small Business Saturday being the Saturday after Thanksgiving, after Black Friday. And you brought up a good point, Jayme, that yes, Amazon exists, and they're not going away, you
No.
know. And there is a certain uh, uh, there's a certain advantage to being able to just have something delivered to your door.
Mhm.
However, this is going to be the first time that I get to say it this season. I said it all last season. Not just shop local, shop in person.
Yes, yes.
Shop in person, because we have lost something. Yeah, I
Mhm.
get it. You can hold your phone up and you can hit a few buttons, and 24 to 48 hours later, some big giant brown truck is going to deliver a brown box to your door, and hopefully you can get to it before the pirates do.
Yeah.
But when you go out for a Saturday afternoon, like on Small Business Saturday, and you can go to this wonderful little shop in Neola, and you can then have a story that attaches to the gift that you are giving that Christmas or whenever. Some people have birthdays in December, you know, whenever you might be giving it away. Now you've got a story that's attached to it.
Mhm.
And then the next time you stop into the Unique Boutique, you know, you, Jayme, you're going to remember, oh, yeah, I remembered when you did that, because
Mhm.
you and I have talked before that somebody will come in and say, hey, do you think my wife will like this? And you're like, Bob, let me just stop you for a second. Because I know your wife, and that's probably not the direction you need to go.
Right.
Are you going to be able to do that on Amazon?
Nope.
No. There is an entire experience that you're missing out on by not going to these small shops. And Jayme, you do such a great job of not just promoting what you're doing there, but promoting the entire community. And you're talking about being in Harlan, and you're talking about being in Walnut, and all around different places in Southwest Iowa. These small shops are all working with each other. This is not a competition thing. You are not in a competition with another small shop in Southwest Iowa. You are collaborating with them.
Yep.
That's why we need to support this. And that's why you are missing out on a wonderful experience if you just do everything online and say, hey, look at me, I got done in an hour on a Friday afternoon.
Right. Right. Yep. And it means so much to me too. Like, it just means a lot to me. And even if you come in and maybe I always hope I have something for you, but maybe I don't. And that's okay. I'm so glad that you stopped in, and that you said hi and I got to meet you. And then if I don't, I might ask you, like, what were you looking for? So I can, when I go to market, maybe I'm missing something that I didn't realize I was missing. And I'm always open for that. I named it Unique Boutique Iowa for a reason. You never know what you're going to find in here. I used to sell Tupperware out of here. So,
Did you really?
yes, when I first started, the little history behind Unique Boutique, and then I have to tell you about Pink Friday because I forgot about that.
Okay.
I was selling a little bit of everything. I was selling Tupperware. I was selling Color Street nail strips. I was selling unique makeup. I was selling a lot of MLMs or whatnot. and I was selling applique onesies that I was making and a little bit of everything. And so finally, and 31, I was selling 31. So finally I came on, and I'm sure I'd have to go back far enough to look for it, but I asked like, hey, this is an idea. And I had all these different pages, Facebook pages, and this was years ago. Um, and I was like, I want to put everything into one. And so what should we name it? And so I let everybody vote, and they voted Unique Boutique Iowa. And so that's where my business name came from. I know it's super original. There are unique boutiques everywhere. That's why we put Iowa on the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I just kind of sell whatever's trending and what people want, you know? So, I always hope that you guys find something in here, but if not, I want to know what you're looking for. Let me know.
All right. What is this pink day?
Yes,
What are we talking about?
Pink Friday. I'm sad at myself that I forgot. So Pink Friday was founded, created, supported, all the things from a Ashley Alderson. She owns the Boutique Hub. Um, she has made groups, big, massive, large groups for both boutiques, wholesalers, retailers, all the things, and we're all kind of in one space. And so I think 6 years ago, don't quote that date, but she wanted to start something. And I want to say it was like 6 years ago because it was like COVID time, and where everybody was kind of struggling and everybody was trying to figure out what their next move was and what they were going to do and all of those things. And so she started this, it was a movement. It literally was, and it still is, where we shop Pink Friday, which is always the Friday before Black Friday. So you shop small and local before you shop big box, because let's be honest, like I've opened on Black Friday and I still will, but my hours over the years, I've decided this year finally, like, I'm not going to be open 12 hours on Black Friday, because even we go to Baumgart's and get the 20% off coupon at 6 a.m., you know? Um, and as much as I love that we're here and some people would come through, like, really, it's Black Friday, so they're going into town and shopping for all the things that they want. So she did that to say, like, shop small the week before, get all that shopping done before, and then when you go to big box, get those other things that we don't have maybe. So that is November, is it the 21st or the 22nd? I should know this, you guys. 22nd. No, 21st, November 21st, Friday, Pink Friday. I know I'm participating. Becca Wiggins is in Underwood with the Outskirts and in Council Bluffs with Dusted Charm. I know she participates. Sideline Tees and Sports here in Neola, she participates. And anybody can. If you own a business and you want more information, please reach out to me. But you do not have to belong to the Boutique Hub. But really, it's just getting out there and shopping small before big box, and supporting local, supporting communities. I am open in the afternoon. I take my morning to go to whatever small businesses I can to support, and then I'm open in the afternoon, 1 to 5 or 6-ish. Plus, it's a Friday and a lot of people are still working, so I try to be open a little bit into the evening. But yes, that is Pink Friday. So all the things so far for November, lots of things happening.
Lots of things happening, and I'm also excited for you that you're out there getting all of this stuff done, and you're doing that small business grind, and you know that that's how this works. You just keep your head down and you keep pushing forward and you keep listening to the people that are walking through your door, finding out what it is that they like. And so you can get it back into that shop. And that's something else I like about your shop. When I go in there, I don't see the same thing from one time to the next. You're always moving things around, and, Diane, that she always finds something in your store that's great. So, and based on her sense of humor, that
Yeah.
that your sense of humor and Diane's match like really well. So it's one of the reasons I like stopping in there too. But I'm looking forward to having a great season from November into December as we get closer now to Thanksgiving and then Christmas the following month. Grateful as always, Jayme Busch, Unique Boutique Iowa in Neola, and let's get out and get after it. All right.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks, Todd.
These do sound like pretty cool events, huh? Color analysis, and you can find out just what colors work best for you. If you're like me, I don't have a clue. I'm asking my girlfriend all the time, does this look good? She says, you know what looks good? No, I really don't. I'm hoping this shirt does. The only reason I have it is because my friend Alan Zacharias, who has hair about like mine, really gray, wears a lot of blue, and he says it works for him. So I went and I found a light blue shirt. That's why I have it on. That's the limit of my fashion sense. Castle & Associates of American Family Insurance, your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs. Now, they are located in Trainer with offices. They also have offices in Council Bluffs, and they're across the river in Bellevue and in Elkhorn, which means they're local and in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis and his team will educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to protect those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. And if you have a leak, a clogged drain, or if you're planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered with fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. Their owner, Hayden Waldstein, and his dad, Travis Waldstein, they head up Waldstein Plumbing and also Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning of Council Bluffs. Had an opportunity to take in a hockey game with Travis over the weekend. We were in Des Moines to see the Iowa Wild, and I can tell you, that's good. It's good hockey. These are very, very talented players that a lot of them will be in the NHL. Iowa Wild is like AAA in baseball, just one step below the National Hockey League. So I would encourage you to go over there and also let them know you heard about it here, so maybe I can get them as a sponsor on the show. How about that? That wraps things up for today. Thanks again, Jayme Busch, for being a guest on today's show. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.